Hello and welcome to episode 76 of Into the Podcast. I'm your host Sam and I'm joined each and every goddamn week by the beautiful Ryan Chittenden. Say hello, Ryan.
Hello.
Are you okay, mate?
Yeah, I'm alright, thank you.
It's very, very, very musical of us there. That's because we've just come straight from Blidfest, mate. We've been to the biggest festival of the year, going to see our boy Drew Flanagan of Drew Flanagan Music.
That's correct. Yeah, we did. Now, we've had that planned for a while, as people might have seen on our socials. And it's all for a good cause.
It was,
all
yeah.
for a good cause. It's just a little local festival, music festival, at a local pub in
Blidworth.
Or Blidworth, to those not from the area. Because it is spelt Blidworth.
Oh, it is, yeah.
So it would make sense to say Blidworth.
It would, yes.
But it's Blidworth.
Yeah, like Nottingham is Nottingham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Southwell.
Southall. What is wrong with us?
What?
Why can't we just say words?
Honestly, it's ridiculous, isn't it? The worst one for me is Belvoir Castle. That's Beaver Castle.
That's ridiculous.
That's fucking ridiculous, man.
It's not Beaver. I don't call it Beaver Castle because it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Belvoir. That's right, isn't it?
Belvoir.
Belvoir. Beaver.
No. Someone called it once, forgetting what it was called, and it stuck. I'm telling you now.
Yeah. It's just like a long-running joke.
Yeah. Anyway, tell us about Drew Flanagan of Drew Flanagan Music.
So we got to see him. I love seeing Drew Flanagan live.
I've never seen him live. First time.
Really?
Yeah.
And what was your thoughts then? Because you've listened to his music on Spotify, and probably on Amazon Music.
Yeah.
Maybe you've even listened to it on Apple Music.
All of the above, my friend.
Even YouTube.
I mean, obviously I follow him on socials such as Facebook and Instagram and, the YouTubes and stuff.
Exactly.
But,
so, your first experience of a live show?
Well, he told us, Drew, he likes to tell his stories, doesn't he? He has a lot of patter in between his songs.
He does.
And he told us he only had a half-hour set, so he had to cut the patter down to a minimum and just get on with his music. Now, we've all heard Drew Flanagan. We all love Drew Flanagan.
We do.
If you haven't heard him, very folky, very beautiful. His songs full of love and meaning. This is what I love about Drew.
Lyrically genius.
Lyrical genius, absolutely. But he couldn't get the patter out. Somehow still fucking hilarious. It's just fun to watch. You can tell he's having so much fun up there, which is so great to see with someone, And obviously it helps the fact that he's a good friend and, I've got a lot of love for Drew. But to see him up there and there was a lot of people there for him as well.
It
was busy there. And he had a little entourage of about 4 or 5 young kids in front of him that were just running around, but they were going mad for him, weren't they?
They were just screaming, these young girls and stuff. To be fair, they were quite cute,
like
weren't
6 or 7
yeah,
or
just
weren't
up
they?
like
You're
proper,
amazing!
Yeah, and just screaming at the end of the song. Not like, we would be like whooping and cheering, but it was just scream.
Yeah. And, so it was so much fun to watch. Obviously, heard a lot of the songs before. It was just great to see him. He was wearing the trousers of choice of Drew Flanagan, which are the bright orange trousers.
Obviously,
love to see
staple.
Drew. Love to see Drew in his orange trousers. And it was just amazing. And what was great, there was a lot of it was all covers bands basically. And Drew came with his original music, and he was the only one that at the end, the crowd, one more, asking for an encore. And I think John, the guy who ran it, was kind of like, okay, off, tight schedule here, let's get the next band on. And he was like half on the stage when everyone started chanting one, and he kind of went, oh, okay, can you give us another one? And then Drew gave us a cover, didn't he? Bless him. He did a bit of Wicked Games at the end.
He did, yeah.
It was amazing. It was so good to see him. It was such a lovely day as well.
It was, yeah. The weather looked like it was threatening to chuck it down, and then 1 minute. It's classic British weather, wasn't it?
Yeah.
About to chuck it down 1 minute, and then red hot the next.
Yeah, I mean, I think I took my daughter, and I think she had 3 or 4 outfit changes. Because 1 minute she's in vests and shorts with sun cream on because it was that hot.
Yeah.
Then we had to go get her in some thick leather trousers and a jumper because it was about to piss it down.
Yeah.
And then somewhere in the middle, and she was like Beyonce for the day, mate.
Wow, fair play to her. Yeah.
But it was a good day, wasn't it?
It was a good
really
day.
Good spend a lot of time with all your family as well.
Yeah, and it's just it's all for charity, isn't it? So it's just local. It's a local village pub, just out the back of the village pub.
Yeah.
Beautiful view
gorgeous
of
view.
like the fields and the woods behind.
It reminded me of Farm Simulator 2022 that I'm playing at the moment.
Ah, lovely. Why the
Yes.
2022 version?
It's the only one that's on Game Pass at the minute.
That's the fairest reason I could possibly imagine.
But the new one's going straight onto Game Pass as day one.
Wow, day one release.
We're going to be talking about gaming in a minute. Remind me, I need to talk about that.
Okay.
But lovely. Just a bit of appreciation for Drew to start this episode off.
Yeah, it's nice, and yeah, Bloodfest was just good fun. Nice little day out, and all for the air ambulance charity, which is nice. Yeah. Maybe we go again next year.
Definitely go again next year. All the family, all the Chittendens as well, were all rocking Bloodfest 2024 t-shirts.
Yeah.
Which was lovely to see. Even the kids.
Yeah.
They were all rocking the tees. I didn't know you could buy them, else I would have got one for me and Bob's. That pink one you got was actually really cool.
I know, yeah.
It was like a proper hot pink as well.
Hot pink, yeah.
Yeah, it's good
and
colour.
again, I think it was like £10 a shirt, but again, money goes to charity and stuff. So yeah, it's just a nice little day out. Bit different.
I think I did feel a little bit bad after getting home because I think my little one, she seemed to have a good time, but it wasn't the most kid-friendly thing. They weren't like bouncy castles right for the kids around. And I think she found her footing right towards the end and found a group of kids to play with that were all playing in a car park, an active car park with cars everywhere.
That's what kids do,
and
mate.
I was like,
That's what kids do.
I was like, no. And because I saw someone be like, come on, kids, out the car park, some randomer. And as she was coming downstairs, there was a little barrier to stop people getting to where the musicians were. And she knocked the barrier down. I was like, oh, get here. Fuck's sake, get off the car park. It's like knocking shit all over the place.
Kids will be kids, mate.
Oh, they will be. But I felt a bit bad for her because she's like, oh, I just want to play. I was like, you can play with people, but not in a car park, mate. Just away from moving cars.
I mean, that's
because
sound
I know
advice.
you will fall under a car.
Yeah, it's really inconvenient when that happens as well.
It really is, mate. But so we did that, went home, had a bit of a chill. You had a bit of din-dins. I put kiddo to bed, and then we jumped on the computer for a couple of games, didn't we?
We did, and we played a variety of games, which was nice because when we have gamed recently, it's been really. Well, Call of Duty, and we've done a lot of Plate Up recently.
A lot of Plate Up.
We have played a lot of Plate Up. Yeah, it has. But we thought, you know what? I really, really had a craving to play an old favourite, Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, you came to me with it. So what was it? Because obviously I've spoke to you recently saying that I played it a bit with Kennedy, who's previously been on the podcast. That I played it a bit with him, and I'd bought Nick Cage. Like, did it have anything to do with that, or did you just see
I think it was a bit of both, because obviously I'm back on the Nick Cage hype. I've watched a lot of his films.
You never leave the Nick Cage
I never
hype.
leave it. I just dip in an hour, and I have my favourites that I'll always go back to and just watch throughout the year, my comfort films. But now I've been on another adventure with some of his films, and obviously he got released as a skin for Dead by Daylight last year. And I was always planning on getting that. And so I think it's perhaps a combination of that, coming round here and watching Puntland Pirate and Kennedy playing Dead by Daylight. And, it's just one of them like, oh, you know what? I've missed this. I've not played this for so long. I really fancy playing it myself.
Yeah.
Because it's just a fun game, isn't it? For those that don't know what Dead by Daylight is, it's a survival horror game. It's a 4-player co-op. You're dropped into the fog, and you're in a random map, and there's this killer who's after you. And you have to set up 4 generators around the map, all while trying to avoid the killer, and then you all escape.
Yeah.
And it's all pop culture. So all the villains are like famous ones from horror franchises, Ghostface from Scream, and Freddy Krueger,
all
and
the
Mike
things you
Myers.
don't want to be chased by.
Yeah, all the horrific ones. And since we played it, they've had a load of cool ones that we were like. Obviously, they've got the Nick Cage skin as a survivor, but they've added like the Stranger Things has been re-added, because when we got into it, that had been removed. So they've re-added that, so you can play as Nancy and Steve as survivors, or you can play as the Demogorgon as a killer. They've added Alien, the Alien franchise, so you can play as Ellen Ripley as a survivor.
We spoke about this as well on the podcast, didn't we? How we wanted that.
It's weird because all the things that we said we wanted have pretty much turned up.
Chucky
is now a killer that you can play as. The Alien.
Because we said that as a joke, Chucky, didn't we?
Yeah, like how would it work? 'Cause he's tiny. How's he going to hook people? I still don't know, because I've still not played against Chucky
I've
or
not
seen
played
it.
against Chucky yet.
I'm kind of tempted to buy Chucky, because they're only like a couple of quid to buy the characters normally. Depends on some of the packs are a bit bigger. But
I think Poundland Pirate bought Chucky.
Right.
I know he's on a bit of a Chucky. Did you know there's a Chucky TV show?
Yes.
I didn't.
Yes,
and
I
he
did
said
know
he's
that.
been watching it. So Yeah, he's probably bought him. So if he has, we'll have a game with him just to see how.
I'd be interested to know if it's Brad Dourif who voices him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I met Brad Dourif last year at the HorrorCon, which was for the love of horror. So, yeah, so we had a quick jump on that, didn't we? Literally played one game.
We was going to be on it all night. We asked Max to play with us, didn't we? And he was like, "Oh no, I can't. I want to have a chilled night." As if just sitting on a computer and playing video games isn't chill enough.
Yeah.
But then he turned up, didn't he? He just jumped in the Discord
straight away.
chat.
He got FOMO.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh, I've got Plate Up." So we came off after one game, jumped on Plate Up. Never doing that again with Max. But that was nice though, because then Claire got to join him.
And then Claire, Claire jumped on. So it's the first time I played Plate Up as a 4-player co-op.
Yeah.
So we were running our restaurant to mixed success.
Yeah, we was a burger restaurant, weren't we?
The restaurant was too small for that, wasn't it? We ran out of space quickly, and then we set up a pizza.
Yeah, it was fine. It was good. Obviously, Max's first time on it, but yeah, it was good fun. But then after we did that, we really want to go back. You know, when you've got that urge to play a proper game. I'm not saying Plate Up's not a proper game, but it's more light-hearted, more like for a couple of hours. But I wanted something with some depth and some bollocks.
Yeah.
But he didn't have Dead by Daylight, so we jumped on COD for a bit, didn't we?
Yeah, because Claire was tired, so she jumped off of Plate Up. So then we went back onto COD, and we were a bit wary of COD because us three played last week.
We did.
And we got our arses kicked.
Literally. I don't think we lasted 5 minutes, did we,
it was one of those games where there was a lot of very, very good players in every single lobby. And it was just one of those where, sometimes we can hold our own against... You know what? I think we can more than hold our own against a lot of very, very good players.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, we're nearly pro level, but we're decent COD players, aren't we? We normally get a win most nights
because we are filthy fucking rats, mate.
But that's the way we play. And but yeah, we were just a bit put off, weren't we? Because we were we just got our asses kicked last week. Nothing was falling for us as well. Just one of them where it was just bad luck after bad luck and making bad decisions and getting our asses kicked. So we're like, right.
And I hate days like that as well because it makes everyone come off early.
Yeah.
And I'm one of these when I'm playing, even if I'm playing shit, I want to keep going.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, no, I'm done now.
It's
at
just
11.
a bit, yeah. Yeah, and that's why it's nice as well to mix it up and play a variety.
Absolutely.
So it's nice to do a bit Dead by Daylight, Plate Up, then COD. But we jumped on, but going back to our tactic, like you said, playing as rats.
Yeah, I literally use the rat skin when we do this. I've got a little rat
Honestly,
skin.
I think that's the best way we play. So we play as rats. It's a running joke between us, isn't it? We play as rats because we will literally just go underground and hide.
And stay there.
We'll get our stuff, we'll... quickly run out into the daylight, grab our things, and run back in, and we just
set mines everywhere,
and just hide, and eventually we'll emerge from the depths and the sewers
and kill the last team,
and win. It's honestly that was our tactic all night on Saturday, and we had a banging night.
We did.
We won. I think we came first, second, third,
and
fifth. And a couple of maybe 8th and 9th as well.
Yeah.
I think we even maybe got a couple of third places as well. So we were regularly top 10, quite a lot of top 5, top. More often than not, we were top 5, and it was because we were playing as
rats.
Dirty, stinking, horrible rats.
And every time, and the thing is, playing with you two, because you two are absolute bastards as well. And I know I'm a bit of a fucker on these games because I'm like, right, serious face on. I'm like, right, we're going in. I'll tag somewhere. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to go here. We're going to loot. We're going to get underground here. Go up into this house, loot that. From there, we're going to turn left. Then we can get into the sewers from there. Max will jump immediately. You'll be looking at your phone so won't jump out the fucking plane. And we spent the first 5 minutes scrambling, trying to catch up with each other. And it's like, where are you, Ryan? You're like, I don't know, I found a boat. I'm going for a boat ride. I'm like, will everyone just stop it? Will everyone just come together so we can play this fucking game? You two are like, wee!
The thing is, as soon as I've got a win under our belts as well, because we won probably middle of the night, didn't we? We won. It wasn't first straight away, but it was probably within the first 5 or 6 games that we played. So I say it's like once we got a win under our belt, that is free reign for me to piss about then.
Oh god,
because it's like
you're a nightmare when you piss about. Because like I said, I have a strategy every time. Like, I know exactly the first 2-3 minutes of gameplay. I know exactly where we're going. I know which boxes I'm opening, where we're going, where we're going to end up. And just, either fight what we have to on the way or just get there as quick as. Not you.
No.
You're trying to learn how to make characters do backflips and...
yeah, I just like to dick about then. Just riding around. I think at one point I was on a quad bike in the middle of the sea.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And then it just started sinking.
But yeah, it was real good fun. Really enjoyed the game in there. I'm just saying, I need to come back to that. So I read something the other day that obviously we spoke recently about how Game Pass are doing a lot of day one releases and how are they making money and blah, blah, blah. This is how they're making money, mate. There's going to be a tier system for Game Pass now.
So, doesn't surprise me because PlayStation have a tier system.
Yeah, so all your day one releases are going to be like 20 quid a month type jobbers.
Right, okay.
Quid a month and then it sort of goes down from there. Whether I'll pay it or not is a different story. Depends what comes out.
Depends on, because I'm trying to think of what releases that are going to come out that I desperately want.
I'm not asked about Call of Duty.
No, I'm not bothered about Call of Duty. We just play the free version.
We play Warzone.
We just play Warzone.
Gears, definitely.
I definitely want Gears.
Farm Simulator 25, definitely.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah.
Not so much for me. If they're releasing another Skyrim, or Elder Scrolls, sorry, but that's been... They released the... it popped up on my Facebook the other day, and it was something like a meme. It was like honouring the memory of the Elder Scrolls. I'm trying to think what it is. Would it be 7? Is that the next one? Or Elder Scrolls 5?
Don't know.
Anyway, honouring the next Elder Scrolls announcement video that was released 6 years ago.
Oh, really?
And nothing's come out since.
Amazing.
So it's just a page, like a memorial site for this release trailer, which was literally just like the opening credit, like the opening title.
Oh, yeah,
scroll.
yeah.
That
no
was it.
Gameplay or
nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I don't think I'll be that fussed because there's still loads of games that I really want to play. Like you know, I'm a big fan of Resident Evil, and they've been remastering all the Resident Evils, and 4 was one of my favourites, and they redid that, and I was so looking forward to it. But I still not bought it now because I just don't have the time to invest in like single player games or like that. If I'm jumping on Xbox, if I've got a free evening or a free couple of hours, I'm messaging you guys and I'm like, all right, let's because it's a social thing as well, then, isn't it? Plus, it didn't help how Resident Evil 4 came out. It's like 75 quid or something.
Doesn't help.
No,
yeah.
And even now, like a year later, it's still about 60 quid. I'm like, it's just not worth it.
No, it's not.
But yeah, it'll be interesting. Because I signed up to the PlayStation tier system just so I could play Helldivers with you guys.
Yes.
And that's only like $5.99 a month.
Okay.
That's fine because I'm literally just paying for the basic tier. I get no games because I don't need them. Because if I'm jumping on the PlayStation purely to play Helldivers with you guys.
Yeah.
And if I want to, I might treat myself to the exclusives. But then they're old school ones that I'll probably just buy anyway, like Spider-Man.
Yeah,
or
of course, yeah.
Uncharted
yeah.
or something like that, or God of War, where I just think, oh, I'll pay that to...
Yeah, of course, yeah. Just as and when.
As and when, yeah. Speaking of gaming, before we move on, I've also been playing another old school game because I got a real craving last week as well. It just randomly popped into my head, and I messaged Claire. I was like, you know what I really fancy playing? Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah, you said you was playing this recently.
Yeah, because we got the remastered version when it came out a couple of years ago. And just playing Spyro 1 again, just started a new game. It's just so satisfying.
Oh, absolutely.
Just going through like old school, not full platform, is it? But it was a bit more 3D. But, like that old school basic adventure game. You're going through all the different levels, collecting all the jewels, rescuing all the dragons. Nice little 100%, and you go on to the next world. And it's just so like... It's quite mindful a little bit more. Like, there's no... It's very simplistic gameplay. And it's just nice. I think it's just nice escapism.
Oh, definitely. Growing up, it was always a bit of a battle between whether you was Spyro or Crash.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot, wasn't it? I mean, I was both the whole way through. I loved both the games. But those were like your biggies. Like,
absolutely.
You went down the Spyro route or you went down the Crash Bandicoot route.
Yeah.
And I loved them both. They're both great. I think my little one plays Spyro on a Switch or whatever she's got it on. But yeah, nice, man.
It's really fun. Just to switch off to.
Yeah, definitely. Whilst we're on the gaming talk, then I do want to give someone a shout out. I told you that I had a little shout out for someone. So I am back. Well, I never really stopped, but quite big into Rocket League again. I've decided, I like playing it. I enjoy playing it, and I just want to try and get through the ranks. Just see how high I can get. At some point you're going to plateau and you're going to get stuck in a rank.
Oh, yeah.
So I've started playing, and it's always a good one to stream as well. If I just want to bang a stream up for an hour, I'm not going to pay attention. I can just have a few games, chat to people who pop in. So I'm streaming Rocket League, doing a bit of ranked. and a couple of people in chatting away, and then this guy pops in. It always says first time chatter, and it's like, oh, hey dude, and I'm like, oh, hey, thanks for coming in. And then he follows me, and he's like, oh, it's nice vibes in here. Now on Twitch, what you get is these like bots that come and go, hello, oh, this is a nice vibe. Do you play this game much? Buy something.
Yeah. Okay.
Buy my graphic designs, or you know what I mean.
Yeah,
so I was expecting one of them. Like whenever someone new comes in, cause I'm like, how have you found me?
Yeah.
Or if not that, Rocket League, it's 1v1 me, bro. And it's like I'm not a good Rocket League player.
Yeah.
So this dude popped in. I was literally just about to finish anyway, and he was like, "Oh, do you fancy a game, or are you staying on solos?" I was like, "Oh, I'm literally about to jump, mate." Blah blah blah. Again, thinking he was trying to sell me something. And he's like, oh, I've got a Discord if you'd like to join. I like to help people out. I like to, I'm quite good at Rocket League, so I like to just do a bit of tutoring. Now, people do pay to be coached on Rocket League.
I can imagine it.
Again, this dude's trying to sell me something.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, Sam, whatever. I'll join his Discord. I'll have a little look around, see what's going on. So join his Discord. This guy's really nice. He's like, oh, thanks for joining, dude. Blah, blah, blah. Here it is. Through that, I watch a couple of people that's in the Discord streams, a couple of Americans that play, just, get chatting with them, nice people. Anyway, didn't think anything of it. About a week later, I'm playing some Rocket League just on my own, and this dude messages me and he's like, oh, hey, bro, like I told you I'd teach you some bits. Did you fancy it? Like, I'm not doing anything. Go on then. Yeah, sure, okay. So I add him. I'm like, I'm expecting again a quick, this is how you do one thing. But if you want to learn more, like I do charge, I'm still expecting it from this guy, even though it seems so nice. Anyway, jump in with him, and he's like, oh, I was watching you the other day, dude. Like, I'm like gold ranked, which is quite low. And he's like, your gameplay is a lot better than that. Like, let's just see how you play, and I'll see what I can teach you. So we have a few games, and he's like, dude, I'm telling you, you're a lot higher ranked than you are. We can get you further, sort of thing. So he jumps into this like me v him game with unlimited time, just so he can show me some mechanics.
Yeah.
Gives me this coaching session for about an hour, teaches me a few little mechanics to do, teaches me how to bind my buttons a bit differently so you can do certain things that I couldn't do before. And we're probably doing this for about an hour. He's teaching me some stuff. Just the nicest guy on earth. Not trying to sell shit.
Yeah.
Just a genuinely sweet guy who's quite good at the game. Nearly went like semi-pro at some point. Just good at the game. Enjoys teaching people.
Nice.
Really into Twitch and the streaming and just supporting other people, getting people a bit better. And then we had a few more games afterwards. And he's just the sweetest human being. He's honestly, the dude like still messages me every day now, and he's like, "Oh,
nice.
Do you want a game or blah blah blah." So I just want to give him a bit of a shout out. So on Instagram, it's Stealth Fighter 101. So please, our listeners, go over onto Instagram, give him a follow, let him know that we sent you over there. Big into his Formula One, does a lot of like sim racing on his Twitch as well. So
nice.
It's not purely Rocket League.
Yeah.
Just such a sweet guy on Twitch. I know a lot of people don't have Twitch, but he's SF Games 101. So again, if you're on, please go and give this guy a follow. Just honestly, like, I cannot give this guy any more props than he was, because I was such a negative.
You're so skeptical.
I think I'm just trying to be sold something here. And he's
I suppose if you're exposed to that all the time, though, like I've watched the odd bit of like Twitch, and mainly if I'm around here, I'll watch. It's just on, so you have it on in the background a lot, and it's. Most of the messages in the chats are just people like links either to other people's pages or their own page, or it's just to sell, like to buy something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So everyone's selling something. So yeah, I can understand why you'd be skeptical.
Definitely.
Totally.
And this dude, like, in his streams, he does a lot of community stuff with his Discord community, and he just wants to help and have fun with people.
Yeah.
27-year-old lad, he's got himself a pretty decent job. You know what I mean? Like, just likes to get home, have a game, have a stream.
Yeah, fair play.
Sweet guy. Luke, his name is. So massive props and a massive thank you. So listeners, when you're on Instagram, Stealth Fighter 101, drop him a follow, let him know, especially if you're into Formula One and stuff, because he shares a lot of like racing stuff. Let him know that we sent you his way, because he's such a nice guy and he deserves every bit of props out there. And I've been playing recently and my game, bearing in mind the next day I was playing, I got, do you know what a Smurf is?
No.
So a Smurf is basically someone who is really good at a game, starts a new account, that's lower leveled to just go shit on the small guys.
Right, okay.
Just to, you know what I mean? Just to make people feel shit, basically.
Yeah.
I'm really good, but I'm sitting at your level. I'm going to play amazing. And it's just...
Such a dick move, isn't it?
Yeah,
so unnecessary.
Exactly. You get a lot of it on COD, but it's massive in Rocket League. My game improved that much overnight. I got reported for being a Smurf the next day. So someone tried to get me banned I was playing against.
Wow.
And he was like, he's being really aggressive to me in chat, like, I enjoy your ban, you piece of Smurfing shit, all this sort of stuff. And I was like, I'm actually really happy. Thank you.
Yeah. If anything, that's just a it's just a compliment to you.
I was like, you're complimenting me because
you've improved.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Yeah.
So this dude's gonna. So I'm now. So it goes gold, and there's so you have like gold Division 1, gold Division 2. I'm very top of platinum now. So
nice.
Platinum's just above gold. I want to try get to champion.
Okay.
Which is a very good level.
Yeah.
This guy's going to jump in some games with me, try sort of keep coaching me, play some games with me, try get me up to champ.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, my Rocket League story just begins. I'm coming for that World Championship next year.
Okay.
you know, I'll watch it every year.
Yeah, you're going to be there. Okay, right,
I'll be playing it next year, I promise you.
That's exciting.
Very exciting. So at the minute, all about the computer. I can't keep away from it. Big into gaming at the minute.
Yeah.
Oh, I also got Suicide Squad as well, the new game, free on Amazon Gaming at the minute. So if you've got
really?
Amazon Prime, you do get Amazon Gaming with that.
I did not know that.
Yep. So you get Amazon Photos, Amazon Music, Amazon, you get all these stuff. But you get Amazon Gaming, you get free games and shit. A lot of free COD skins.
Right,
Worth
okay.
having it for that. And yeah, it's like a 60 quid game.
How do you access that then?
You can get an app on your phone.
Right, okay.
And sometimes, so me, it's connected to my PC. So it's big on Twitch. So on Twitch, it's got an Amazon gaming button at the top. You click it, scroll down, it'll show you what they're giving away for free.
Okay.
But yeah, you can get it through the Amazon website, the Amazon app. There's an Amazon gaming app.
Yeah.
But you get loads of free games on there.
Nice.
And yeah, I got the new Suicide Squad game, which is pretty good as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah,
gaming away.
Gaming away. Fucking
nerds. Yeah, God.
Right, we've done gaming. We've done Drew Flanagan. Should we get Drew Flanagan out and eat some shit?
Absolutely.
Drew, sing us in, baby.
Here come Sam and Ryan, listen to them both speak. They've come 2 hours on with their pop culture critique. But are you even a nerd if you don't overread? So come on everybody, it's the snack of the week.
There he is. He didn't do it live.
I know. That was the one downside to his live show.
Well, I think we can talk him into do it.
Fan favourite, that.
Big fan favourite. Because
like they said, there's a good following there of people that know and listen to Drew, but also listen to us.
There's about 20 people there from your side of the family that would have gone mad for a snack of the week.
Absolutely. I'd have got a great sing-along.
And we had brownies there as well.
Yeah.
From Megan, the manager.
Delicious brownies.
Which you actually... Manager Megan made brownies.
Yeah.
I can't remember if we mentioned this on the podcast last week or not, but she said, I'm making these brownies, I'm bringing them in. Ryan, split them with Sam. You being you, outright said, no, I'm not going to split them with Sam. Fuck him.
Yeah, I did say that.
You are a bastard, but you don't lie, and I respect you for that.
Thank you.
You're a very honest man.
Yeah.
And it was, fuck that guy, they're my brownies.
Yeah.
You then eventually agreed to give me one.
Yeah.
But you actually turned up with my lunchbox, which you said you'd bring back, with half the brownies in it.
I did, yeah.
First thing that happened, your mum got a face in them.
Of course she did.
She's like, oh, bless her. She's like, can I have one? I was like, help yourself. Because I'd already had one at this point. She's like, I'll just have a little bit. I was like, Anne, eat a brownie.
Yeah.
She's like, no, just have a little. She like took a tiny bit off and ate it. She's always so nice. I was like, eat the brownie. Yeah. You can have it. It's fine.
Nibble on the end.
Right. We've been given snacks again this week.
We have. By manager Megan again.
I fucking love that girl. Not only did she get us the best numbers we've had since the episode your wife was on.
Yeah.
She just keeps giving us food.
Yeah, I know. She is good to us. She's
so
very,
good.
very good to us.
She doesn't deserve us.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, we don't deserve her.
Yeah.
Right, what's she giving us? She gave them to you, and you actually turned up with them, which is nice here.
Yeah, I did. So we have got loaded sour cream, bacon and chive curly fries.
Nice.
So they are crisps. Seabrook.
I like a Seabrook crisp. You know?
What else do they do? What are the other ones? They're
in like the white packet.
The white
they
packs.
do like the cheese and onion crinkly ones.
Yeah, that's it.
They are crisp of my past, you know. So growing up, my parents aren't drinkers.
Right.
So every now and then, and it was very rare, we would go to a pub. Do you know, in like hot weather.
Oh yeah.
And remember, like old school pub, like beer gardens. They had a tiny little play area, and it was normally like a plastic tree.
Yes,
with a face.
I know exactly,
you know exactly
the tree.
I mean?
I can picture it. Yeah.
One swing and a slide coming off it.
Yes.
And it'd have one of them on it. And they'd go, Dad might have half a pint of bitter or whatever, Mum would have a Coke. We would get a Panda Pop and a packet of Seabrooks.
Yeah, nice.
And it always takes me, whenever I see him or try him, it takes me back to like that tree.
Yeah.
That smiling tree
That's
and
nice.
sitting in a beer garden.
That's a lovely little memory.
Man,
yeah. Well, let's see if these bring back memories for you.
And she knows we like our sour cream and chive.
I know.
This time, added bacon.
I added bacon in. It's a big old sharing bag.
These are big ass crisps as well.
Big old curly fries.
Curly whirlies, aren't they?
Yeah.
Smell test.
They smell like sour cream, chive, and bacon.
They do.
They actually do.
Okay.
Right, let's go for
Get
it.
it in your gob, mate.
A real crisp to it. Real crunch.
Real crunch. It goes from really crunchy to really soggy in your mouth. Like that.
Instant.
What we thinking flavour?
There's an initial hit of the flavour.
Goes very quickly.
Instantly gone.
Yeah.
As soon as it's gone soggy, it's just disappeared.
Now, the problem with these, I can see myself, imagine this, sitting around playing COD,
Yeah.
packet of these in front of me.
Yep.
I have all the time to eat them because we're just hiding underground and not doing anything. Drinking my beers,
Yeah.
6-7 beers deep in, got a bag of these in front of me. Because that flavour loses so quick, I would get through this bag in about 3 minutes,
Yeah.
and then I'd feel sick. I already know
I
that.
100%
I already
agree with
know
you.
that would happen.
100% agree
I've
with
had
you.
a few beers, so I'm feeling a bit peckish.
Yeah.
I'd eat the whole bag and then feel ill.
Yeah, because they're quite salty as well.
They
So
are, yeah.
you'd also get through your beers because you'd wash
Yes,
it, wash
you would,
it down. I'm currently washing it down with a Tingo Tango Mango shortbread.
I bought more Tango shortbread, mate.
Nice.
Yeah, they're not horrendous.
No, they're not.
They're nice tasting.
Yeah, and they serve a purpose as well. Like I said, a couple of beers, good snack. It's a good snack.
Good snack. I can already see myself feeling sick on them.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
agree.
eat too
Very
many.
dry. Where are you rating it on our tier system?
Middle of the road.
Middle of the road.
So our tier system, for those of you that haven't listened to us before, we have a 5-stage process when it comes to snacking.
We do.
We have the top tier snack, which is the best of the best.
Yep.
Tier 2 is love that. Things that we love, but doesn't quite make it into the top tier, the best of the best.
Still very good though.
Yeah. Middle of the road is have that again.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll have that again.
Probably won't go away to buy it.
No.
But if someone, I've got these. You're like, oh yeah, go on, I've had them
Yeah,
before.
I'll
They're all right.
have that again. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have if I have to. There's nothing else in the
Yeah.
house. You've just got this left. You roll your eyes when you grab them.
Yeah.
You're like, go
bit
on
of a
then.
sigh.
I wish I had something else.
Yeah.
And then bottom of the bottom, worst dog shit, whatever you want to call it, is tier 5.
Yeah.
Sit in middle of the road with this.
I'd have it
I'd
again.
have it again. Yeah, I'd have them again.
Yeah,
Why
I'd
not?
have them again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
if you
fair.
went to a fuddle at work, you know, somebody's leaving or a birthday fuddle,
Yeah.
and these are on the table.
I'd
in a
probably
little bowl,
chuck a couple on my little cardboard plate.
with your cupcakes and your egg sandwich.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yep,
exactly.
that's
But
exactly where it's going.
Not buying them, are we?
No.
No.
No, if someone's offering me,
Absolutely.
I'd have them again.
Yeah, definitely. I will have them again, because that's the best thing about recording at my house. All the snacks get left here.
Yes,
And
that's
then
true.
I finish them off.
Yeah.
So I will definitely have these again.
Probably when you're playing COD.
Yeah, probably later on when I'm playing.
Or playing Rocket League.
Yeah.
With
my
Stealth
new
Fighter.
friend, Stealth Fighter. He's a boy, I'm telling you. I love that guy.
Yeah.
I love
See,
that
it
guy
sounds
a
like a
lot.
lovely
He sent
bloke.
me a picture of him. He cosplays. He sent me a picture of him in cosplay earlier as well.
Oh, nice. What was the outfit?
Like a ninja.
Ninja.
I'm assuming. There's a picture there.
Oh, yeah, I can
What
see
are we
it.
saying? Assassin's Creed-ish, maybe? I'm not the biggest gamer when it comes to that type of game. So,
Yeah. Assassin's Creed looks quite samurai-esque.
yeah.
Ninja-y. It's quite far away and I've got terrible eyesight, so...
Yeah. So, yeah, he will get to hear me crunch them whilst we're playing Rocket
a
League
lucky
together.
boy.
My man.
My man.
My man. You don't know me. Right. Okay. So what have we been doing this week then? So we've watched a couple of films. The Boys has finished, Ryan.
Yes, it has.
It ended on Friday. Get it watched so we can discuss.
Yes, I'll try and binge that now. Now it's all out. 8 episodes?
8 episodes, and they shared something online today that I really want to talk about, but it kind of... You need to have seen the last episode to talk about it.
Okay.
So, get it watched.
I've heard mixed things about this series as a whole, this season. Some people have loved it just as good. Other people have said it's taken quite a different direction. Some think for the better, others not for the worse a little bit.
Very political.
Right, okay.
You love that. Big politics guy now, aren't you?
Yeah, that's my thing.
Very political. It was review bombed because it really, really pokes at the right wing.
Yeah.
Big time. Right wingers found out, didn't like it, review bombed it. I really enjoyed it. It has taken a bit of a different turn. Not as many dicks.
Okay.
Which is always a disappointment.
It is, actually.
Some gore, a lot of gore still. Starlight has changed slightly.
In her face.
In the facial region.
I've seen the pictures, mate. What is she doing?
I saw this meme the other day and it was like, Starlight in season 1 is like really nice music, and then Starlight season 2, and then Starlight season 3, and then it went to a video of The Weeknd singing, when he did all that thing with his face.
Oh, yeah.
After he took the bandages off.
Oh, yeah. She's totally ruined her face.
She really has gone to town, hasn't she? And I follow her on Instagram and stuff, and I quite like it. She's quite funny. But yeah,
there's just no need as well because she was really attractive.
Yeah, very stunning. She was, whatever makes people happy, I'm not against. Whatever you want to do to make yourself happy.
And that's it. It's each to their own. A drastic change, but it's just unnecessary because I don't know. Like you said, it's each to their own. We've got we got tattoos and stuff, and some people look at us and go, "Why have you done that? You ruined your body and stuff."
Especially me, I have a testicle tattoo.
Exactly, you do. On your forearm as well, right? Yeah. Like it's not really even hidden away.
Yeah, no, but that's me, bro.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Anyway. Films. So, you know what? Just quickly, I watched Idiocracy this week. And have you ever heard of Idiocracy?
I have not.
So this is an episode we're going to do coming up. We had a bit of a chat about upcoming episodes, what we could do. And I really wanted to this week go back and look at some like 2000s comedies, the stuff we grew up on, the stuff we loved. We're talking your scary movies, your
American Pies.
What's the other one I mentioned? Zoolander, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we're going to do an episode on that, but Idiocracy is around about that time. It's Luke Wilson, and the idea is he's like a librarian in the army, does fuck all. He's quite happy just spending his time doing nothing in the library in the army. He gets called to... What is going on out there? Sorry, there's loads. I've got the windows open because it's so hot in here and there's so much noise. I don't know if it's outside or my child. And the idea is that they're doing this test to see if they can cryo freeze someone?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they do it with Luke Wilson and a prostitute.
Right, obviously.
Someone in the army and a prostitute.
Yeah.
Whilst this happens, there's a scandal because the head of the army turns out he is now a pimp, because whilst he was trying to find a prostitute to do it, he got in with the pimps and became a pimp. Building got shut down. They get left for 500 years.
Okay.
That type of comedy comes out. What the hell's going on? Where are we? In this future, everyone is thick as shit.
Right.
Like, the president is played by Terry Crews.
Okay.
Who's just like, he just wears vests.
Of course he does.
Like, that they have rehabilitation. Their rehabilitation is a monster truck fight.
Right.
Shit,
nice.
like,
yeah.
Everyone's just thick as shit. Everything throughout the years is just given to them, so no one had any reason to learn anything.
Yeah.
So now Luke Wilson, who was a very average, bit of a thick guy in the past, is now the most smartest man on earth. Terry Crews, he gets arrested for something. Terry Crews says, "Tell you what, we will give you a presidential pardon if you solve all of the issues on Earth. Why aren't crops fucking growing? All these different things." And it's kind of the story of Luke Wilson trying to figure out this, how he's going to be the smartest man on Earth when actually he's really not, type of thing. some bullshit message in there about we need to read more, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it was just silly fun.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? But the reason I watched it was I saw an episode. I saw something on Instagram, and it was like, for those of you that are a fan of Idiocracy, and I was really talking up the film. They were saying how in it they had, because everyone's dressed very weird, it's very futuristic but quite silly and blah blah blah. And they had a manufacturer of some like weird space shoes that they were going to buy, and the company went under or something, and they couldn't get these shoes, so they had to send the costume designer or wardrobe designer or whatever out to try to find shoes that would fit in this film. And they found this tiny company that made these god awful shoes, bought a load of them, and was like, we'll just put everyone in these. And apparently whoever the main costume designer was like, yeah, but what if these actually do become quite big? And it was like, look at the fucking state of them. These are pathetic. These are the only money they're ever going to make.
Yeah.
Crocs. Crocs, Ryan.
Yeah.
They're wearing Crocs, right?
Of course they are.
This is worrying. This is quite worrying as a society. Because we all wear Crocs. And they were put in a film to make people look stupid. And now we wear them. But they're so comfortable, Ryan.
That's it. I think that's the joke, isn't it? That, like, they are hideous.
They are hideous.
They're awful.
But they have them holes in them that you can put little buttons in.
And little lights.
Yeah. Our mate Jack Magic of Utopia Project recently bought Lightning McQueen Crocs that you can buy little headlights for that you turn on, and they actually are little torches.
It's genius.
It's
actual
fucking
genius. I want some Crocs.
Me too.
Claire's got some Crocs now.
Have you seen the cowboy boot Crocs?
I have seen the cowboy boot Crocs. They are a lot of money.
A lot of money.
They're like 350 quid for cowboy boot Crocs.
Yeah, so that was the whole reason I watched Idiocracy, just because I learned that fact.
Just because of the Crocs.
I'm not even a Luke Wilson fan at all, but I was just like, let's give it a go. Who is? Justin Long's in it.
Of course he is.
Yeah, he's like this real, like, stupid stoner, but he's a doctor. He's one of the biggest doctors in the country.
You know what? It's weird because when you're telling me about the film and the premise, I was picturing Justin Long as the soldier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just like as the main character, because that's exactly the sort of film he would be in.
Oh, 100%. No, he plays a stoner doctor in it.
Yeah.
He's just thick as shit, but one of the smartest doctors they have on
yeah,
staff,
and that's I could just picture him as like, you know, like representing like the average bloke who's just like the average lad, and then he ends up being the smartest guy on the planet.
Absolutely. Has a bit of a cult following as films go. It was okay, you know. Going back, I have my favourites of the time, which we'll talk about in a later episode. You know, your Wedding Crashes and stuff. It's okay. It's fun. It's a fun watch.
Yeah.
Bit mindless, silly as anything.
Yeah.
If that's what you're after, a Sunday afternoon film, something a bit silly. Get on Idiocracy.
Yeah, fair.
Good film.
Nice.
Right, enough of that. You went to cinema, and I really want to hear about this film.
I did go to the cinema. It was a spontaneous trip because, as you well know, Claire and I used to go to the cinema all the time because we had unlimited cards. So we just go watch weird and wonderful things all the time. But we cancelled that because we just weren't getting our money's worth, you know. So it's very rare we go to the cinema. I've only been to the cinema twice this year. Prior to this was to see Dune 2. And I went with our good friend Rich T to go see The Running Man.
Rich T.
So Claire was like, there's a new film coming out. Do you want to go see it? I've heard about it on the radio. It's called Longlegs. And I was like, never heard of it. She's like, all right, we'll go. We'll have a spontaneous date night because obviously, we're probably not going to get any of them anytime soon with baby on the way.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, why not? We'll treat ourselves. We'll go to the cinema. And I was like,
did you have snacks? Did you have full date night? Did you have popcorn and?
Yeah, so we decided to go. We were going to go on the Saturday, but then it's like 15, 16 quid a ticket.
It's ridiculous,
it's
mate.
Stupid. No wonder people are not going to the cinema. But anyway, that's beside. So we thought, sorry, we'll do Meerkats because it makes sense because it's only like 14 quid for two of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So we did full date night. Went out for nice food beforehand.
Where'd you go?
Well, we did cheeky Nando's, didn't we?
Oh, lovely. Nando's is nice before a cinema.
It is. It's perfect because it's right next door as well.
Yeah.
And mixed it up. I got a chicken burger. They had a new chicken burger on the menu. I never get a chicken burger from Nando's. I always go wing roulette.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I always get the chicken burger.
See now. Yeah, I didn't. It was a new one as well. New one on the menu. So it had all the different like flavourings.
Cool.
Then we went to cinema. The only thing, I go into this film, I didn't know anything. Claire was like, I'm booking the tickets for us to see this because Nick Cage is in it.
That's all you knew.
So all I knew was Nick Cage was in this film.
I didn't realise you was a Nick Cage fan, to be fair.
Well, I can talk about that in a bit if you want.
In the next 4 episodes.
So, all I knew that it was a Nick Cage film about a serial killer, and he played the serial killer.
Yeah.
That was literally the extent of my knowledge, and Claire said she'd heard it on the radio, and there was quite good reviews for it, and a lot of people talking about it, because it wasn't like a standard serial killer film where it's a bit of a thriller. It was more horror thriller.
Nice.
So, quite excited, especially very rare for me because I do a lot of research. I'm always looking out for films and trying to always keep up to date because, it's my bloody passion. So, it was weird to be blindsided by a film. Went in, got snacks, got the little kids boxes, mate.
You know what? That's enough.
That is perfect.
It is.
I got a little Capri Sun.
Yeah.
I got a little small popcorn, sweet and salted.
Dirty
mixture.
boy.
And then 2 chocolate bars.
Nice.
It was
what
it was like a Milky Bar button chocolate bar.
Nice.
And then like I think it was like, what used to be like the animal bar, the Dairy Milk animal bars.
Can't get them anymore.
So but like an equivalent version.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, mate. Yeah.
It was only like a few quid.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
You can't, mate. That's good. So all adults, because you always get the popcorn and think this is way too much popcorn.
Exactly.
It's just enough. You're done before the film starts. So you're not crunching through. Well done, mate. Big tops for that. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Ticking all the boxes here. Because we'd had a big Nando's.
Oh, you don't need a lot after that.
Because Nando's now do mac and cheese on the side.
You're fucking kidding me.
No, I'm fucking not.
As one of the sides?
As one of the sides.
Dirty people.
It's a £1 extra for that.
What's a quid? You can't put a price on a quid.
No, you can't.
Anyway.
What are we talking about? The film.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get into the film eventually, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, Longlegs.
Nando's?
So we've gone to see Longlegs. And you know what was really nice? Because I want Nick Cage to do well. And it's very rare that most of his films now, these days, are straight to streaming sites, aren't they? Straight to video equivalents. This film, you need to see this film.
I need to see this film.
It is. I loved it. I thought it was so good. Again, going into it, not knowing anything, was a rare treat for me. It starts off. It's a very artsy shot film.
Okay.
So it's sort of like, there'll be like flashback sequences. So it starts off with a flashback, and it's like a little square. Like the shots are like a little square shot, as if it's an old school camera.
Yeah.
Like a rolling camera from like, I don't know, because it's probably filmed in like the 70s or something. And, it doesn't take up the full length of the screen. So then when it, they've got those like long sweeping shots, and the music's really unsettling. And then, when it goes to normal time, the screen will then go full length, and it'll sort of pan in and out. And there's lots of shots like that. And the opening sequence, I don't want to big it up too much but it was scary. It was scary. It was freaky because it just starts off with this little girl. A car pulls up to this house. I'm not going to give any spoilers. So literally, like a car pulls up to this house, and a little girl, maybe about 7, sees the car pull up. It's all snowy outside, and she goes outside, and that is the first interaction we have with the character Longlegs.
Yeah.
And it's got a bit of a jump scare, which comes out of nowhere, and it's one of them where the cinema was pretty packed as well. It wasn't a huge screen, it's one of the smaller ones, but it was very busy.
Yeah.
And one of them where people jump and you get that audible gasp from the whole audience where people go, and then you get like the uncomfortable, like the nervous laughter afterwards, like people like making comments.
So it was a good jump scare.
It was a good jump scare.
Jump scares are shit these days.
Yeah, it was because I didn't see it coming because it was sort of like it was an interaction between 2 characters.
Yeah. Nice.
Like,
oh mate, I'm excited.
Like it was weird. And what? So Nick Cage, I'm not going to give many spoilers away, but his transformation in this film, unbelievable.
Really?
What? He is almost unrecognisable in it.
A bit like, is it like Colin Farrell as
the Penguin? A little bit. Yeah. Like you can tell it's him, but his transformation to the character of Longlegs who is the serial killer. So he's not the main character.
Mm-hmm.
He looks terrifying. He acts weird. I don't want to describe him without
perfect Nick Cage.
He's like pale, and he's got lots of work done. He kind of looks like a bit like a. I don't know. There's lots of references to T-Rex. So who's the lead singer? Mark Bolan, or was it? Yeah. So who's like pale. He's got long curly like white hair, and he's like wearing eccentric outfits, and he's very eccentric, but so unsettling and so terrifying. But what they do really well is he's the bad guy, so his screen time's limited, and what they do is very clever. Like all horror films should do, and what all the best ones do is they don't reveal him. So even though he's in the opening scene, you don't see him properly.
Okay.
Like it'll be the shot, and it's like the shot of his torso and the bottom of his mouth.
Okay.
So you don't see his face, so you've no idea what he fully looks like, and you don't get to see him until much later in the film. So it's like, where they keep the bad guy hidden.
Yeah.
A little bit like in Alien, where the xenomorph's hidden for most of it. It's in the shadows, or like Jaws, where you don't really see the shark until the end. Do you know what I mean? It's like they keep the villain hidden, and I think that works so much better because it builds up tension. Like a lot of modern horror films, though, because even though it's a serial killer, it does have massive supernatural elements to it.
Okay, right.
So it follows the main character, who's an FBI agent, but she's kind of got supernatural abilities.
Right, okay.
So that's what kind of threw me a little bit, because there's some artsy shots at the start where she's just like sort of zoning out, like staring at a building. Like it's right at the start, and they're looking for a serial killer, and she's like, he's in there, and her partner's like, what? And she's like, he's in there. And then they just like walk up and like, do you know what I mean? It's like, straight away you're a bit like, what's going on? It's not a conventional thriller. Like just
okay.
So have that in your mindset.
Very out there, yeah.
Because I don't know, that's maybe one element of the film I didn't enjoy as much. I think I would have preferred if it had stayed pure human in the normal human world, but most horror films now, they have supernatural elements to it. I'm not going to give any more away, but all I'll say is Nick Cage was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So good. And I am biased, but this film is getting headlines. It was one of them, and it's a little indie film. It was made, I think I read on the trivia that it was made for less than $10 million.
Okay.
Which in the film world, that's spare change.
Fuck all, yeah.
Half of the budget was Nick Cage's salary.
Really?
So it was been made for nothing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really want you to watch it, because I want you to see what you think about it, because it's one of them where it's a little indie film, but it's done well. The director is a good, knows his horror. Like I said, it's a bit artsy, a bit quirky. There's extreme levels of gore at the right times.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of the pacing is slower throughout. It's not like a perfect film. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, it's the greatest film ever.
How long?
But I don't know. Hour 45, maybe. I can tell you right now. So it's sort of like perfect length, really. What I just like is that it's doing well. It's word of mouth.
Yeah.
People are talking about this at hour 41.
There you go, yeah.
And I like that. It's got a buzz around it. And it's one of them as well where people have gone, oh my God, Nick Cage is amazing. He's such a good actor. Because people forget, because he brings out so many weird and wonderful things. He's become like a bit of a running joke in like the internet world.
Because they watch films like Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Yeah, and go like, what the fuck's this? We'll talk about that in a second, shall we? But yeah, this one's one of his best films for a long, long time.
Good.
I'm saying that Pig was really good, and that was only a few years ago. But it's very different. He said it's the first and only time he's going to play a serial killer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he says he doesn't particularly enjoy playing roles where he's like violent, sadistic person, which is fair enough. But again, he's branching out, doing something different. His transformation's incredible. What's a shame is roles like this, they don't get any recognition from like awards or anything like that. But it's like they should do, because they bring in something that people are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, really, I'm going to leave it at that, because all I'll say is go watch it. Anyone else, if you want a weird film that's a bit scary, bit arty, bit out there. It's going to keep you talking about it, and you're going to keep thinking about it. Then go see Longlegs because it's in the cinema now. One of them, it's not going to be to everyone's taste because a lot of people will go in thinking this is going to be a thriller about like an FBI agent tracking down a serial killer. That's the premise. So when you go in, you, I don't want people to be blindsided by this stuff because I use stereotypical people coming out like when the film finished, clearing it to the toilet, and people walking out like an old couple, like, oh, fucking shit. Yeah, but you had no idea what you were coming for.
Oh yeah.
Whereas for me, I was like, as a Nick Cage fan, even this, it wasn't tame, but it was. You expect the weird and wonderful. Yeah. Go see it. It's really, really good.
Yeah, you've really got my juices flowing on that one. I want to see it so bad. I've got Little 'Un this week. Obviously, it's half-term holiday, so I'm kind of hoping it's still around.
I'm hoping it's doing well because, like I said, I think it was made for less than 10 million, and it made that on its opening opening weekend.
Yeah.
So it's still being shown, which is great for a little small horror film. Big actor, Nick Cage. Don't get me wrong, he's got a cult following himself, so he's going to bring a pull in. But
definitely. I mean, he's worth spending $5 million on.
Yeah,
every day of the week.
Well, that's it. Because you think, oh my god, half the budget is on him, but he's made more than that for the film already.
Yeah.
In the opening weekend, because how many people have gone? He probably got $5 to $10 million worth of just Nick Cage fans going to see
absolutely.
it. That's why Claire's
said,
taken me because we've gone. She's like, you're a massive Nick Cage fan, so let's go see this. So it's weird because it's an outrageous amount of money for someone to be paid, but from a business perspective, it totally makes sense.
It's not though, and that's the thing. Could you imagine getting anyone else as famous as Nick Cage for $5 million? You wouldn't. No,
you wouldn't. Yeah, that's true.
You know, it's quite a small amount for an A-lister.
For an A-lister, yeah.
And he is an A-lister, and yes, he does a lot of Z movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, at the end of the day, he is an A-lister. He is still the Nick Cage we know and love. He's still got the films like... Not so much in his older age, but he's still got the Con Airs in him. But he's definitely got the Mandys in him, and
that's it.
Not Five Nights at Freddy's, Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah, lots of great films.
For an older guy,
well, I keep thinking he's really old, but he's only 60.
He's 60 though, and he's still doing some kick-ass films.
Yeah, he
is.
Like
where he's actually kicking ass.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I just always think that because he's been around for so long, so he's been around since the 80s, very successfully. That I always think of him as older because like you said earlier about films that we grew up with, he was one that we grew up with. And I think lots of people of different generations have grown up with a different iteration of him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I sort of grew up in like the 90s action that...
Me too,
that spilled out into the 2000s with things like National Treasure and stuff. For me, he was an A-list, big pull Hollywood A-lister that's drawing in massive amounts of audiences. Whereas a whole generation now will just know him as an internet meme with weird films.
Yeah. And he's all of the above.
And he's all of them.
And that's what we love about it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, definitely go see Longlegs. I'm really excited to talk about that because I think you'll love it.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Brilliant. And what I would also like people to do this week is please comment under our picture or send us a message. I'm trying to talk Ryan into starting a Patreon with me, a monthly subscription to Into the Podcast, couple of quid a month max. And as an extra, what you'll get is Into the Cage, where me and Ryan are going to review one Nicolas Cage film a week for eternity. And you can have this for £2 a month.
You know what? I would do that. I love that idea. I would happily talk about a Nick Cage film every week.
Whether you would subscribe £2 a month or whatever.
No one's going to do
the
that.
Cage.
We talk about him too much as it is, mate, for most people.
The fucking Patreons I've seen out there that give nothing extra or absolute bollocks. We're giving you the best of Cage.
The best, not even the best, just all Cage.
All of the Cage.
All of the Cage.
And not only that, we can then branch out to Into the Politics like you want. I won't be on them episodes, but we'll get some of the... Max can be your co-star on that one, you know what I mean? Like, he can come and do the politics ones. Into the Bakes, we can start doing episodes of Into the Bakes.
Yeah, we should do, yeah.
Where Megan just bakes the stuff and we eat it. My new best friend, Stealth Fighter... I'll do a show with him where we just talk about all things amazing.
Into the stream.
Into the stream. We talk about the pure gaming world. We talk about Rocket League, how great Rocket League is. Just updates on where I am because you're all interested.
The thing is, our current podcast covers all of these things, except for politics. But it covers all... We already do the snacks and the baking. We talk about Nick Cage a lot. We talk about gaming.
Yeah, true, but we're not making money, Ryan. I want to make money, Ryan.
Yes, I see where we're going wrong.
And every time I'm like, so merch. I was like, right, I'm going to get merch sorted this weekend. Didn't do it.
No,
didn't do it. I was going to, and then I didn't.
Yeah,
because I think I watched. Oh no, I watched fucking Prisoners of Ghostland. Instead,
oh yeah, tell me about Prisoners of the Ghostland.
It's dog shit. It's so bad. Okay, there is a very interesting scene at the beginning. They pull Nicolas Cage out after he's done this really weird bank robbery where there's gumball machines in there and just a kid waving at
just a kid waving. Yeah.
And then Nicolas Cage gets into a car because he's told, as you said in that episode, go away and find this girl or we'll blow your bollocks off. He gets in a car to drive away, gets out the car because he don't want to ride the car, jumps on a bicycle with a little fucking basket on the front and bikes for a bit, comes back and gets in the car. That was the best thing about the film.
I know, and it made no sense. It was so unnecessary. It was definitely the best bit about the film. What was so funny is that I watched 3 Nick Cage films that weekend, didn't I? I watched Pig, The Wicker Man, and In Prisoners of the Ghostland. And in all 3, at some point, Nick Cage just jumps on a push bike and he's just cycling through a town or a village. And I'm like, what's going on? Like,
it's got to have been done best in Prisoners of the Ghostland, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was an unnecessary bike ride.
It was so unnecessary. In like full leathers as well, in the desert. Like, that'd be so hot and uncomfortable. It was just a stupid film. It made no sense.
It was bad. It was bad, but it was Nick Cage.
I think the biggest problem with it is it was clearly a Japanese production that would try to do it in English. That's what I found. But so the plot was confused. Yeah. The dialogue was
very confused.
Almost you couldn't understand half of what was being said. So there was some quirky bits. I quite like the dancing and the laughing because it made it feel weird.
Very weird.
But yeah, it was not good.
Not good.
It was not good. Yeah, I can see why that was panned.
I'm glad out of that and Pig, I chose that.
Oh, you need to watch Pig. It's so good. I will. So good.
Pig's on it. Right, so that's about all we have time for. We are going to call it there because we're going to record another episode after this. We are on it. We are desperately trying to cover paternity leave, get you a lot of stuff. We've got some amazing ideas that we're trying to get down in a minute. So we will leave it there. As I said, please go over to Instagram, give StealthFighter101 a follow, let him know that you came from us. If you're on Twitch, it's SFGames101. Such a sweet guy, such an amazing person. Just want to show love. Into the Podcast appreciates. We've not done that in a while. Into the Podcast appreciates Luke Stealthfighter. He's a legend.
There you go.
Ryan.
Yes.
Sign us off with just a bit of advice for people, just something that you want to impart onto our listeners.
Advice. So, easy one. If you're travelling through the desert and you've got an option between a sports car or a push bike, choose the push bike.
Every time.
Obviously.
Peace.